Good morning. I thought today I would talk about simple ways that you can use to connect to spirit guides. Now, spirit guides are a support network that we have. They're not tangible, you can't see them, you can't feel them or touch them. But when you start working with your psychic senses and start learning that there are other realms that can assist, support, and give us information and help us on our life journey, then you're starting to tune into your spiritual support network. So, spirit guides can be people that have lived and then they have become guides when they have crossed over to the other place, the great consciousness that we go to. So, they can be people that have lived, they can be, sometimes they can even be family members that have come back to support you in a way, in a very nice, loving, caring way that can still guide, still give you information, still help you. Now, to start working with your spirit guides, you need to simply, like the first thing, right? Today is all about talking simple ways to connect with your spirit guides. So the first thing that you need to do when you want to start working with your spirit guides is simply ask them to be part of your life. Give them permission to help you, all right? Because we have free will. We have 100% free will to listen to what they say, to work with them, to not work with them, all right? We have that total choice. So if you want to start working with them and developing and building your relationship with your spirit guides, then you need to give them permission. So the simple thing to say is, I give my spirit guides permission to be part of my life and to help me with guidance and assistance. Simple as that. All right, that is what I did many, many years ago. And then I started to develop different psychic skills, seeing, hearing, feeling, just knowing that they were there. So guides will work with you in the way that you are going to receive the information in the best way, if that makes sense. I'm very visual. And I'm very, kinesthetic. So I learn by doing. So guides will quite often show me something that I need to do, and then they'll be there to help me through the process of learning how to do it. And they are they're there 24/7. So they are really, really wanting to help you learn and grow in all sorts of different areas in your life while you're here on the earth realm. Okay, and that you can have one main guide, which you do. I shouldn't say you can. You do have one main guide that follows you right through your whole life. I used to do spirit guide readings for people, and I would connect with what I call the tradie guides. So when you need help with a particular skill, you're going to get what I call a tradie. So in the earth realm, if you need a plumber, if you've got problems with your house and you need plumbing, you're going to get a plumber. You know, if you've got electrical issues, you're going to go and get an electrician, right? At the moment, I'm in the process of thinking about writing a book. So I've had a guide turn up to help me with my writing. It's like so exciting. And I've had another guide show up literally yesterday to help me work with some of the very, very heavy energies that I deal with through my house healing and spirit clearing work that I do. Because I'm quite attuned to working with all levels of energy. So you have your very light ghost spirits, so forth, then you're right down to your heavy energies and right down to the very, very dark energies. So I'm attuned to working with all of those different types of energies. Sometimes, though, you still need assistance. As much as we want to do stuff ourselves, because our ego says, oh, I'm so good at this, I want to do it, we still need assistance, right? And your spirit guides are going to be able to help with these energies that I just don't always see, don't always know what their intention is. So I've had this new guide step forward literally yesterday. And I'm like, wow, thank you so much for being part of my life and for stepping forward to help me with working with these heavy energies, because it's something that I specialize in part of the house healing work that I do. So I've written a few notes just to keep me on track. So what to look for when you start working with your guides. Now, you're going to get specific things that are going to happen for you. I know when my guides are around because I see them now. I feel a particular way. I might feel a warmth, or I might feel a slight touch on my shoulder, or they'll show themselves in the way they want to be seen. They don't always give you a name, so don't get caught up on having to have their name to work with them. That's just us being humans wanting to own and control the process. So when you work with your guides, you just accept who they are in the form that they show up. If they want to give you a name, that's fine. This new guide that I just mentioned, for me, no name given, but I can see what the person looks like, which is fine because that helps me tune in when I'm doing house healing. I can ask that they're present to help me with the work. So they can show you specific signs. So you might see a feather. You might get a particular piece of music that's played on the radio. However you receive information best. So if you're auditory, they're going to do it through Facebook, through YouTube. You'll be listening to things and you'll hear the messages. The guides will send you the messages that way. They may talk to you in your sleep. You may literally hear them in your head. Sometimes I'll hear them when I'm not listening because I can be quite unfocused, and they'll actually yell at me when I really, really need a particular piece of information to do a job for someone and I'm getting distracted and focused. It'll be one word and it'll be said quite firmly and I'm like, oh, okay, that's the guides telling me I need to focus again, and thank you for your assistance. So sometimes you can see little sparks of light, and I always find that quite exciting. I know when Archangel Michael is around because you'll see a ball of cobalt blue light, about the size of a tennis ball, and it'll flash for about 2 seconds and I'm like, oh, yep, he's there, he's helping me with a particular job that I've asked him to come to do. Or it can be a confirmation of, yeah, you're on the right track. These sparks of light, I don't know what the colours mean in a particular sense, but I know when I see blue that that is him. Okay, sometimes I'll see red and I'll know, or black, and I'll know that, no, I'm going down the wrong track. You know, because for us, red on the traffic lights is stop. So that's what they're doing, is they're aligning it with what we understand. They just said that to me, come on girl, think. So they're aligning that red with stop and don't go any further with those thoughts. So your guides and angels will quite often present themselves to you in dreams, because that's when we're not in that fully functional mind state of, you know, controlling everything, got all these thoughts and processes and things happening where we're going here, doing this, doing that. When we're in a dream state, we're in a state of total relaxation where they can slip in the messages. Quite often you'll get family members that will show up to you in your dreams. You know, say you're missing your mum or your dad or brother or sister or someone, a dearly loved one who's passed away. You can ask them to come and show themselves to you in your dreams, because that's when you're in a totally relaxed state and you're not controlling any of that process. And they will literally just show up and show themselves to you. I quite often will wake up with my messages. I'll go to bed and I'll go, like, I won't even ask sometimes because they hear your thoughts. You have to know, when you start working with the spirit guides, they are there 24/7. They hear every thought, they hear every word, they see every action that you do. But there is no judgment. They do not judge us on what we do. They might go, oh God, she's doing it again. She's not learning, which is quite often I get. I go round and round in circles sometimes, but that's okay. It's part of being human. But they do not judge us. They'll just bring you back to the place of understanding and go, okay, what did you learn from that lesson? Did you learn what you needed to? So I learned a lot yesterday about a particular subject I've been working on. And I'm like, yep, thank you. I needed help with that. So your guides will come in your dreams. They'll come to you first thing in the morning, wherever you're most receptive to the information. For me, it's first thing in the morning about 4 or 5 a.m. is when I start to wake up, and they're going, oh my God, she's getting awake. We have to get in with that information before she's fully awake. And, you know, thinking about tea and the dog and having to go to the shop and blah, 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 all that stuff. So they'll get the information in before all that happens. Quite often when I first started working with spirit guides is I would carry a little pen and some paper with me everywhere I went, in my bag, in my backpack, in the car, because I'd be driving and they would go, oh, here's that answer to that question you wanted. And I'd have to pull over and write it down because I simply couldn't remember it till I got home. And I didn't want to forget the information. They don't always repeat information. I don't understand why that is. But I found that I just need to pull over and just write it down and then it's done. Okay? Sometimes they'll send you information in the most precarious places, like when you're in the shower. And I had to say to them, okay, I appreciate, excuse me, I appreciate your information, but I can't write it down right now. Can you come and tell me in another, I don't know, 30 minutes when I'm out of the shower in the bathroom? And back they come, and there's the message again. So sometimes spirit guide messages can be a bit cryptic. They don't always say it as we would understand it. They'll give you a thought, a feeling, a word, a picture. They're not there to solve your problems, right? They're not going to rescue you. There's a difference between rescuing and supporting you in making your own decisions, being responsible and accountable for what you do in your life. Okay, so they're going to give you some suggestions and go, here you go, Anna, there's a couple of things you can do. Off you go and do it. And if I don't do it and nothing changes, well, that's my fault. Okay, and that's how it works. They're not going to step in and go, oh, I told you so, you didn't do it. There's none of that. They're going to go, okay, there's the things, go and do it. Be accountable. And when you start being accountable and working with your guides, things start happening much, much quicker. Right, they're going, oh, she's listening. She's actually doing stuff. She's being proactive. She's being I can instead of I can't do things. When that happens, they're like, right, she's ready for this and she's ready for this and she's ready for this. Your guides will never overload you with too much information at any one time. They'll go, okay, she's ready for this. Great. Look how she achieved. Look how she achieved when she did that particular thing. Let's give her something else to do. Yeah, we can ramp it up a bit. Let's give her a couple of things to do and see how she copes with it. So they're very, very supportive, but they're not going to rescue you. If you're in victim mode, if you're always complaining and nothing's going right in your life, they're just going to go, okay, she's not ready. I'm just going to wait a bit longer. Okay, we'll give her a bit of information and then we'll wait. And they will just simply be patient. They will be patient and they will wait until you are ready to actually start enacting on whatever you need to do. You know, get all the drama out of the way and then you just get in and get it done. All right, seriously, they're the best support network. So sometimes you'll get animals come forward as your spirit guides. And there's another video here that I'll post the link to on animal spirit guides. Animals are one tangible thing that we can see. You know, when you've got a spider that keeps crossing your path, or I had a white cockatoo one day, it kept flying in front of the car, and I'll keep seeing these groups of white cockatoos. So I went home and looked up white cockatoo. All right, you just get on Google and go, cockatoo, white cockatoo spirit animal, white cockatoo power animal. And you'll get all these websites you can go to look up information and understand what the message is that this cockatoo is, what your spirit guides are trying to show you through the qualities of that particular animal. I won't talk a lot about animal spirit guides because there's a whole video on that on my channel, so feel free to have a look at that. Okay, so you might get messages in books. If you're someone that reads a lot of books, reads a lot of magazines, does a lot of scrolling through Facebook, watches a lot of YouTube videos, they will give you the messages through those particular mediums because that is where your focus is. Like seriously, that for you is where your focus is. My focus is, first thing of the morning, I am a blank slate. I am ready to accept the information that they send. And I don't sit there and go, please send me the information. I just literally wake up and I know that if I'm meant to have it, it will be there. And this is the other thing that people start, when they start working with their guides, they're like, oh, goody, goody, they're going to give me the lottery numbers. Doesn't work like that. That's personal gain. All right. And they don't do personal gain. They're here to support you in your life, right? Not rescue you. It just doesn't work like that. So if you want more money in your life, right, you're going to say, I really, really need an extra $1,000 a week or an extra $1,000 a month in my life. they're going to send you a new job. Your passion, if you're a painter or an artist or a writer, you might start selling heaps of books. You might go to markets and start selling heaps and heaps of your product. So that's how they support you. They're not going to give you the lottery numbers. So you can't ask for what you want. They will give you what you need. And that is so important to understand, because people a lot will go round and round in circles with their spirit guides, and they're going, oh, but you're not giving me what I want, but I want this. And they're like, no, she just doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. We're just going to wait. Right? Seriously, we're just going to wait until she gets the fact that we're going to give her what she needs in that particular moment. Okay, if you're a card reader or you go and see a psychic or a medium or someone to get information, that is another way that they will communicate with you through the cards. Okay, so that is another way that you can use. So what I'm trying to say is trust, allow, and believe in your spirit guides. They are there. They won't help you in your life until you give them permission, and then they're all in. They will be there for you 24/7. You know, your 24/7 support network. All right. So you trust, allow, and believe that they are there. They are going to give you what you need in your life. All right. And you say thank you. It's all about saying thank you and being grateful for how they're helping you and what you're getting. And the more grateful you are and the more accountable you are for what you do, you are going to get more advancement in your life. I have found that my life has changed so much since I have stopped controlling, stopped trying to control how everything happens, you know, how all the relationships go, how my income's going to go, what my job title is. My job title changes all the time. I've given up, don't have a job title anymore, because it just literally changes all the time. And I have just, and you could say I've given my life direction over to them, because we all have a life path that is laid out for us. And when we get on that path and we start trusting, allowing, and believing that they're going to connect with us when we need the help, you know, they're there. You're going to ask for some help and then just put it out there and they'll give you the information when it's important. So the other thing to remember is always be respectful. You know, you don't get the lottery numbers. You don't swear at them and be disrespectful. All right. Because they're not going to judge you and shut down the connection, but they're going to give you a bit of space. It's like, well, she's not in a good frame of mind. We're not going to step in and help with any more information until she's in a better frame of mind. I'm like this sometimes still, all right? And my vibration is quite high. And I still have tantrums every now and again, okay? And they'll just go, well, she's having a bad day. We're going to go shopping and then we'll come back when she's in a better mood, all right? So it's all about being relaxed and appreciating them for the support that they can give you in your life, because they are just such an amazing support network. All right. So enjoy connecting with your guides and just know that trust and allow and believe that they are there. Because when you believe in them, ask them to come and help. That's when your journey starts with them. So if you've liked the video I've talked about today, please subscribe, share the link if you want to, leave me a comment. If you have any questions, love answering questions about spiritual stuff. I am a wealth of 52 years of knowledge. I haven't done everything, but I have a lot of knowledge on spiritual topics and information. And if I don't know, I can forward you on to someone that does know. So have a good day, be safe and look after each other. And I will be back soon with another topic. Thank you. Bye.